The MAGA movement is defined by three characteristics: incompetence, criminality, and corruption. We see it with Donald Trump, we see it in Elon Musk, and of course we see it in Marjorie Taylor Greene, especially in her most recent example, putting all these traits together in which she broke the law in her newly formed DOJ committee and just got caught doing it. Yes, breaking the law in Congress. And we are going to get into all of that. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way and it really does mean a lot to me. Now, like I've said before, this new DOJ committee that the MAGA majority in the House started is just a gift to Democrats, especially with what Marjorie Taylor Greene just got caught doing. Another example of how we can point out their corruption. But before we get to it, I think we have to start with the original example of their corruption in a clip right here.
And we know that he is leading a power grab, also abided by and encouraged by Donald Trump and, of course, the chairwoman, Congresswoman Greene. But I also want to run through what DOJ actually is going to do. It's a demolition plan that's going to run through our government. DOJ is trying to abolish the Department of Education. That means opportunities denied to kids. It means you're ripping away opportunities for children with disabilities who are dependent on this money. You're also halting medical research, which is also critical, which we have to also stop. The idea that we're going to eliminate or destroy the Department of National Institutes of Health, NIH, is crazy. Let's talk about the Department of Labor. We're talking about protections for working people across this country, where people can actually complain about abuses their companies are making against them and their coworkers. Workers are now going to be in danger. And let's also talk about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, another huge issue for us. Think about the scammers and fraudsters that will be empowered across this country because Elon Musk wants, essentially, these companies have more power over consumers and over people across this country. Look at the Centers for Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. That is actually what's being discussed partly today. Healthcare, we're talking about being denied to millions of poor people, working class people across this country. And now, of course, they're on to their largest target, the U.S. Social Security Administration. We're talking about the destruction of the actual social safety net in this country. We know that 1 in 5 Americans collect Social Security, seniors, disabled people. This entire plan is about hurting the American social safety net and destroying our institutions. And it's important that we actually call out what is happening at this subcommittee. This is not about working with the richest man on the planet. This is actually about empowering. This committee wants to empower the richest person in the world to hurt people so they can take all of this money that they so-called want to save and then give it to themselves, their companies, and their billionaire friends. That is the attack that is happening in this committee and across this country, and it's important that we call it out. We also know, of course, that Elon Musk is sending his unqualified DOJ staff to carry out this agenda across all these agencies. And in some cases, actually teenage staffers. No accountability, no experience, and problematic records. They're trying to rob you, and they're probably a minor.
I just had to start with Congressman Robert Garcia because that's where this all began, with his perfect takedown of not just Elon Musk, but Marjorie Taylor Greene and in her corruption alongside Elon, our real president. But like I said at the beginning of this video, it doesn't stop there. Marjorie Taylor Greene, really all of MAGA, is always looking out for ways to serve themselves. That is what they are all about. And Marjorie Taylor Greene certainly did that, specifically with her new DOJ committee, which she is heading up. She got caught doing it. And I want to take a look at how in this article right here. Marjorie Taylor Greene bought Tesla stock after named as chair of DOJ subcommittee. Just weeks after being named chair of the House subcommittee overseeing Elon Musk's efforts to slash what he deems wasteful spending, Marjorie Taylor Greene bought thousands of dollars of shares in Tesla. Greene announced in November 2024 she would chair a new House Oversight Subcommittee in the upcoming Congress overseeing Musk's work with the Department of Government Efficiency. On January 8th, Greene purchased Tesla shares in 4 different accounts with each transaction falling between $1,000 and $15,000, according to a report she filed. A spokesperson for Greene did not immediately respond to a request for comment. A week after winning the election, Donald Trump tasked Elon Musk with leading Doge, a government agency tasked to slash excessive regulation, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies. Elon's moves, which have decimated the United States Agency for International Development and the Consumer Financial Protection Board, have sparked a wave of lawsuits. The legislative branch can't sit on the sidelines, Greene said Wednesday in her opening statement at her subcommittee's first hearing. In this subcommittee, we will fight the war on waste shoulder to shoulder with President Trump, Elon Musk, and the Doge team. In January, a bipartisan No Corruption in Government Act was introduced, which would ban House members from trading stocks, and the bill is currently in committee. Before taking office in 2021, Greene held between $15,000 and $50,000 in Tesla stock, while her then-husband bought more shares in the electric vehicle manufacturer through his IRA in January 2021. Greene does not appear to have increased her holdings until late 2024, when she bought another $4,000 to $60,000 worth of shares. Tesla traded between $387 and $402 on the day that Greene made her last purchase. On Thursday, it closed around $355, meaning Greene's purchases were down anywhere from 8 to 12%. It is hysterical that Marjorie Taylor Greene is so dumb she can't even do insider trading correctly. Her Tesla position is down like 8 to 12%, and she has the best information in the world. That is hysterical. She is going out of her way to insider trade. Like, very clearly, a tremendous conflict of interest for her to be overseeing a subcommittee with direct influence over Elon Musk and his businesses, ostensibly, and she's buying Tesla stock, and she's losing money on it. It's truly funny. Like I said, it all comes together. Corruption, criminality, and of course, the incompetence. And that's all we've seen from the MAGA majority in the House, and it continues as they try to get their budget through, which Congressman Jim McGovern, who we love on this show, perfectly called out in a clip right here.
And let me just begin by saying I actually read the budget, and it will come as no surprise to anybody here that I've come to a different conclusion about this budget than the chair of this committee. The sheer magnitude of the cuts that are proposed in this budget are going to hurt regular people and a lot of the people that I represent. So today we're here to discuss the Republican budget, a budget, in my opinion, that is a betrayal of the middle class. There is nothing America first about this budget. This is about gutting programs that help everyday people so that Republicans can give more handouts to billionaires and special interests. I mean, I keep hearing Republicans run these ads about how their budget is going to put money in regular people's pockets. Talk about misleading. You conveniently forgot to mention that billions and billions this budget gives away to the ultra-rich. And you forgot to mention that you're stealing from regular people to do it. People will see their costs go up. In other words, everyday people, teachers, nurses, firefighters, police officers, farmers, plumbers, laborers are going to get screwed. And I've seen this before. I saw it in 2017, the last time Trump was in the White House. Republicans love rigging the economy for the ultra-wealthy. And today, here they are, keeping the gravy train rolling for billionaires, making it possible for them to pay a lower effective tax rate than the working people of this country. And by the way, you know who else loves this budget? The price-gouging corporations that have been squeezing families at the grocery store, at the gas pump, and on their rent checks. A lot of them pay nothing in taxes. They pay nothing. In fact, nearly 50 companies in the S&P 500 reported paying no income tax expenses in 2023. And you wouldn't dare do anything about that. And then Republicans have the nerve to lecture us about fiscal responsibility. They claim they care about the deficit, but they can't help themselves because this budget blows a massive hole in the deficit. You have $2.7 trillion, that's trillion with a T, in tax giveaways for the ultra-rich contained in this budget. And in the same breath, they're slashing programs that help everyday people. Oh, they're coming after Medicaid, and they're coming after Social Security, and they're coming after Medicare, and they're coming after SNAP, a program that ensures that kids and seniors do not go hungry. I mean, how cruel is that, to take away food from hungry people? And they don't care. They're coming after every single thing that matters to people who work hard and keep this country going. In short, this bill is not about helping regular people. It's about helping the billionaires and price gougers who funded Republican campaigns. Wages for working people have been stagnant for decades. Everything from gas to groceries keeps getting more expensive. Eggs are like $10 a dozen in some places, and we haven't seen a damn thing to bring down costs. It's all handouts to their donors, while everyday people fight to just stay above water. This budget does not invest in working families, it robs them. It doesn't strengthen our economy, it weakens it by making it harder for regular people to get ahead. Plain and simple, Republicans are betraying the middle class. Democrats have a very different vision, one that puts regular people in front of billionaires. We care about working people who can't afford rent. We care about the people who get their hands dirty on the job and are pissed off that billionaires are able to pay lower effective taxes than they do. And we care about the nurses and the teachers and the police officers and the firefighters and the waiters and waitresses and cashiers who deserve better than this Republican budget that screws them over. It is insulting. It is insulting. Democrats want tax relief for workers, not the ultra-rich. Democrats believe in protecting Social Security and Medicare, not gutting them to pay for corporate tax handouts. And Democrats support Medicaid and SNAP because we know these programs are essential for keeping millions of Americans who live on the brink from falling off the cliff. And we all know trickle-down economics doesn't work. After the last round of Trump tax cuts that gave companies billions in tax breaks, those companies didn't spend that money on their workers or building new infrastructure. They spent it on stock buybacks to enrich their wealthy shareholders.
Keep calling them out. Keep hammering this message. They are incompetent. They cannot govern, and they are only hurting their own constituents. This is what we have to be talking about, and it's what we're going to be talking about on this show every single day. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button. You can leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.